His name is Duane Cotton. He is a 1989 graduate of Hampton High School.
There they are.
Currently, Mr. Cotton is the owner of a trade bar construction company in Chesapeake. This company does mostly commercial and governmental contract work. His wife, Becky, is president of the company and does the accounting. He has two sweet little girls named Alexa and Haley. And his mother, Marion, still lives in Hampton. So, is that the reason we invited Mr. Cotton to speak to you today? How many of you have heard of Extreme Makeover Home Edition? Okay. Now, there's been a lot in the newspaper about it because this ABC show is a big hit. It surprises a family, sends them on vacation, while volunteers demolish their home and build them a new one, all in 106 hours. Volunteers work 24/7 to get it done. While speaker today had worked with Extreme Makeover, building a house in Georgia a year ago. So is that the reason that we asked Mr. Cotton to speak today? No. It seems that Mr. Cotton has been cast into the worldwide spotlight. He was recently in the January-February timeframe named the builder for Extreme Makeover Home Edition. He was named the builder. He was the man in charge. From our very own Chesapeake, Virginia, our very own Hampton High School graduate, I bring to you Duane Cotton.
First of all, I would like to say the most important reason I'm here is looking out to see each and every one of you who have received a great award, and you should be very proud of yourself. I know I am. I don't know you, but I'm glad to be in the room with such outstanding young men and women. So congratulations to you. This will be, I'm sure this will be the first of many positive steps in your life. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I went to Langley Elementary School, went to junior high at Hampton High. 1989 was, 22 years ago. And see, I did farm stuff. 22 years ago. And time flies. Once you're out of school, it accelerates. It seems like to this point your life might have been forever, but I promise you, once you're out of school, it takes off. So enjoy every day of it. One of the biggest things, never in trouble as a kid. Didn't come from a rich family. Came from a very modest family. Didn't play sports. Don't have a line of trophies at home, but so just sort of went right through the middle of all that. And, out of high school, I knew that I wasn't going to college. So the first thing that I thought of is, what am I going to do with my life? I mean, I'm not going to college. I'm not going to get an education there to do, some professional. So what is exactly am I going to do to make myself happy and to make a good living for myself? And the last couple of years, I was in a VOTEC course for heating and air conditioning. Something that I was interested in came naturally. So in 1990, I got a job at a local heating and air company. And I worked there until 2000 when I started my own business, a company called Controlled Environments. And I owned Controlled Environments, and in 2005, we started another company called Apartment Point. We started buying and selling houses, and that was a great thing to do. And in 2007, I sold my heating and air company. I could have retired at that point, but we chose to take the real estate side a little step further. In 2007, after we sold the heating and air business, we really, we started, instead of just flipping houses, started building houses. And since 2007, there's been, obviously, you've heard negative comments about the economy. The economy has been rough, and listening to the news, alerts, the headlines in the paper, it's got me down. And it got me down pretty good, I guess. And so in 2008, last year, in 2010, in February, I had an opportunity to work with Extreme Makeover in Georgia. And we went down son, and Ty, crazy hair, runs around, yells, screams, great guy. The rest of the cast. And, it was a very energetic time for me, and what it showed me was in the middle of the mountains in Georgia, we had 300 people at any one time working on this house volunteering their time. And in a case where you have a bad economy, I can assure that if it's rough anywhere in this country, in the hills of Georgia, it's pretty bad. And so that gave me a lot of motivation there. We talked to the producers about bringing the show here to Hampton Roads, and I said, if we can do this in Georgia, right here in Hampton Roads, we can make it happen, and we can do it bigger. We worked on it for 9 months. In December the 9th, I got an email on my BlackBerry that just kind of sat me down and says, "We have a show, what say you?" I don't know what do I say. So I put my phone up and I waited for about 2 hours, and then I decided I needed to answer the email. And I told them, let's do it. We start. So on December 16th, just a few days after that, we essentially shut down our company, Trademark, to work on the planning. So we started on a daily basis, minus Christmas Eve, Christmas, New Year's Eve, New Year's. And on January the 30th, we started building this house for this family, and a very deserving family too. I think every family is deserving in their own way, but they helped that family. She feeds the homeless. She's a foster care parent. Really great people, and so you never know who you're going to build for until you get the DVD of the family. And that's how you meet them. You actually really have a personal connection by a little disc until you meet the family, and then you're glad. And it's not a disc. You actually have a family talk. But what happened from January 30th to February the 5th was we had a tremendous amount of volunteers. We had over 13,383 was the exact number of people who went to our website and volunteered to help on this build. And that's tremendous. I mean, that really is tremendous. And it's people like you in this room that one day will make a change. We'll decide that just sitting around watching somebody else struggle or watching somebody else get ahead, whatever the case may be, is not good enough. You might take the approach of getting off the chair, so to speak, and making it happen. We sort of backed into this because we went down to volunteer to help a family in Georgia, over a year ago. On the way back from Georgia on an 11-hour drive, I realized that we were the ones that were helping. I mean, it was amazing. We went down with one mindset to help, you came back with the help. In 2010, our business has been great. We've doubled our sales. It's given me the spark again that I used to have before I got beat down from just the daily barrage of bad news. And doing the extreme build taught me a whole lot. It taught me that there are so many people out here that will help you if you ask. All you need to do is ask. And one of the best messages I can tell you is that for someone that I felt like, friends of mine were going to college and I couldn't go in. If you're going to college, by the way, great. Do a great job. Enjoy every minute of it, and learn something. Try to be smarter than the next person, so that when you graduate, obviously get a job as a heck of a lot easier. But if you're not going to college, that's not the end. I mean, I was somebody that said, what we're going to do in life, and I picked a profession that I liked, heating and air. And then I moved into a profession that I like even better, which is home building and construction. And most of our work is government work, big stuff now. But the best thing in the world here is to know that every single one of you in this room can accomplish anything that you want to. There's nothing that you cannot accomplish. I mean, we might be looking at a future Congress, congressman, congresswoman, senator, president. You never know who's in this room. But I know one thing, that each and every one of you are just as capable as anyone that's in Washington today or anywhere else for that matter. Every single one of you can make a difference in your local community. Mayor, school board, superintendent of schools, teacher. Find something that interests you. Find something that you like, something you can relate to, and see if there's a profession behind it. If there is, go for it. Don't take no for an answer. If you go to a bank and get rejected on your first loan, go somewhere else. Keep asking. If you don't get it that way, start small, work your way up. Take no as inspiration to get a yes. We look at business now as we do not have problems, we just have unanswered questions. There is no problem minus health. that we cannot solve in our business. Somebody's unhealthy, we can't do anything about that. But in business, we can change whatever it is that we want to change and make the outcome better. If we're having a bad month, we're going to do something that's just we're going to change our business to create an outcome that's better. And let me say this, I'll get off track a little bit. It was 22 years ago when I was in school, and I can tell you that I miss it. I didn't do well in school. I didn't do as good as I could. I'll tell you that for 22 years, regardless of what accomplishments that you have, it was something that I carried with me up until this extreme bill. That I felt like that I should have did better, and I was, we built a business, we sold it. I could have retired in 2007 at 37 years old. I thought that would be enough to satisfy me, but it wasn't. So I can promise each and every one of you right now, please take this schoolwork serious, do great in school. I mean, you're obviously doing great, you're here today. But keep it up. Because if not, when you're out of school and you cannot go back, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. I can tell you that. So you've got to really overachieve to try to solve that feeling that you have. So you're on the right path, obviously, by being here today. But getting back to businesses, you set your own destiny. No one else does it. It's not predetermined. I believe in faith, but also believe that we have the ability to change our life, good or bad. Some of the people that I didn't hang out in high school with were considered cool, but now some of them aren't around. And I'm glad I didn't fit in that way. You know what's right and wrong. You know what keeps you out of trouble. So when you're out of school, when you get through school and you don't, you stay out of trouble and all that, when you get out of school and you get a job, look at that job as being something that if you're content with that, that's great. But if you're not, what is it that you can do for a future to become a millionaire? I mean, how many people in this room think, especially seniors, talk to you first, how many of you think that you can become a millionaire in 10 years? I mean, raise your hand. That's great. But you know what? Everyone should raise their hand because each and every one of you, you're capable. If that may not be your goal. Your goal is to do charitable work, do nonprofits. That's fine too. Each and every one of you in this room is capable of accomplishing anything. I cannot emphasize that anymore. Building a house for Extreme Makeover on ABC it's a true privilege and an honor. And sometimes you have to ask yourself, okay, what next? I mean, how do we top that? What's the next? Every other project just seems dull and slow. To build a house in 106 hours is something. To build this particular house typically would take 6 to 7 months, especially when you see what we did at Saturday. To have all the volunteers, all the people come together, my team members, team trademark, for everybody that came together and made this thing happen. It gives me a satisfaction, but that satisfaction is short-lived. Now it's what's next. What's the bigger thing? What are we going to do next? So we've got something that works now, and hopefully it works out. If it does, in about 6 months, we'll be able to see that too. Giving back to the community. I know that Hampton needs a rod and mower for the baseball team. I talked to one of the coaches the other day. And I'm here to tell you today, I made it official. We're on that mower for the baseball team. We were asked to help build some dugouts at Eaton, I think. We haven't seen exactly what they need over there, but these are things that business is good for us, but it's not off the chart. It's not great. As far as money's just rolling in. But these are things that you have to commit yourself to. You need to give back to your community. You need to give back to those who need help. One of the best things, the best reward in the world is not only are you doing the right thing, but the feeling that you get from it motivates you to do more. It motivates you to do better. So I just have to say this is that each and every one of you in this room, I'm very proud of here today, for being here today, and great job for getting this. And I'm honored to have been able to speak to you and have a great lunch.